レディー・ガガさんです。はい、皆さんこんにちは、こんばんは。ユニバーサルインターナショナル公認 YouTuber の ch.エメラルドです。本日はなんとレディー・ガガの合同質問会の会場に来ています。今日の模様は LINE ライブでも放送されてたんですけれども、私の YouTube チャンネルでも公開することが決定しました。その様子をお届けします。それではどうぞ。エドポップ。
Hi everyone, it's so nice to see you again. I'm so happy to be back in Japan. I always miss it when I leave here, and when I come back I'm reminded how much I love this country and all the people that are here. So thank you ahead of time for all of your generosity and for your absolutely wonderful welcome to me and my new album, Joanne.
先日ニューヨークで日本人カップルの結婚式に飛び入り参加されましたが、その際のエピソードをお聞かせください。
Well, it was an accident actually. We arrived to the Imagine Memorial. It's John Lennon's memorial in New York City. It's my favorite place to be in the whole world. It's so peaceful, and a really very beautiful Japanese couple was getting married right there in Strawberry Fields, and I ran into them while I was visiting John's memorial, and I decided to take a picture with them. They were so happy and beautiful, celebrating their big day.
最新作のジョアンですが、ご自身初の自叙伝的アルバムになっています。ありのままをさらけ出した内容のアルバムをこのタイミングでなぜこう作ろうと思ったのか、理由を教えていただけると思います。
Well, I wouldn't say it's my first autobiographical album. I would say that all my albums are autobiographical in some way, especially Born This Way. Born This Way was so much about how I was really bullied in high school, and it was an album that reflected on all of those different stages of my childhood where I was learning how to be an individual and be proud of being different. But what I would say about Joanne is that it's much deeper in an autobiographical way. It goes further than my other albums went. It's more personal, and it goes to the heart of my family. My father's sister, her name was Joanne. She died when she was 19 years old of an autoimmune deficiency in 1974. My father was 15 years old. This tragedy was the centerpiece of my family, and it was something that always made me wonder if I ever got to know my real dad. So I was working with Mark Ronson, and he asked me, you know how to write pop songs. You love to write pop songs. But Gaga, what do you have to write about? And I realized that something I really had to write about that I hadn't written about before was my family. And this is what Joanne is all about.
ガガ様のパフォーマンスはいつもパワフルで、私たちとても元気をもらうことができます。そのパワーの一番の源は何ですか？教えてください。
You know, I would have to say that it's my family, especially all the women in my life. My mother, my grandmother, my grandmother's mothers. These are women that are tough, who have been through a lot. Women that have handled tough men, who became even tougher women. My mom's family is Italian as well as my father's, but my father was from New Jersey and my mother from West Virginia in America. I was raised by a blue-collar family that was really hardworking. Everything that my sister and I had growing up was because of my parents. We had a good education because my family worked hard to give us one. This is the source of my strength when I'm on stage, is this sense of the power of my ancestors coming all the way from Italy through Ellis Island to America with no money. I think about where they came from and where I am now, and carrying on our legacy this is what gives me strength. Also, just Joanne, my aunt. I never met her, but I don't know about you if there's anyone in your family that passed that maybe you didn't know, or maybe that you did know. And somehow, in certain families, that person becomes like a goddess or an angel that everybody looks out for every day, that you pray to. That was what Joanne was for me. She was my soul guide. She was my guardian angel. So when I was young, I learned a lot about turning pain into strength, because that's what my family had to do in order to survive. That's why I made this record.
アルバムの、ジョアンから、日本のファンに1曲捧げるとしたらどの曲でしょうか。理由と一緒にお答えください。
Well, I guess for right now, it would be Million Reasons. This is a song on my album that I wrote with a wonderful girl named Hillary Lindsay. And, you know, I've been walking around and I wear pink, you know, lately, and my pink hat. And I wear this because I think it's okay to be a strong woman and still wear pink. I think it's okay to play music and instruments and still wear sparkles and high heels. The song Million Reasons is a very feminine song in a way, but the chorus is very strong and important. And I would dedicate that to my Japanese fans. I say, I bow down to pray. I try to make the worst seem better. Lord, show me the way to cut through all his worn out leather. I've got 100 million reasons to walk away, but baby, I just need one good one to stay. These lyrics are about faith. That is a lot of ways what Joanne is all about. Everybody has a different higher power that they pray to. Some people don't have one at all, or some people have their Joanne. I would like to dedicate that song to my fans in Japan, so that when they are having a bad day, they remember that they're not alone, and that you can always have faith.
今年ガガさん30歳になられましたけれども、心境や体など何か20代の時と変わったことなどありますか？
You know, I think that when you're younger, maybe it's an American thing, but you're sort of taught that when you turn 30, you're old, or that you're a grandma as a pop star. But I really don't believe that at all, and I think that becoming older as a woman is a beautiful thing. I'm 30 years old. I feel like I'm finally a woman. I feel like I've grown up a lot. I feel really comfortable in my skin. And most importantly, I really value my mind as well as my musicianship above all things. And I feel confident in my authenticity as a songwriter. I used to always feel like I had to prove myself as a female musician in a male-dominated industry. But now I feel like I belong. And I want young girls to feel like age is a beautiful thing, that it equals wisdom, and not that you are damaged in any way or unexciting. I think that I've only become more wise the older that I get, better at music, better at being a good sister, a good daughter, a good friend, all the way around.
ということで今回の動画はここまで。最後にはガガ様が涙するシーンも。続きは後編の動画をチェックしてね。そしてもしこの動画が面白かった、ガガ様が素敵だったと思った方はグッドボタン、そしてチャンネル登録よろしくお願いします。それではまた次回の動画でお会いしましょう。See you next time. バイバイ。